this is a multi-party case that I want to hand off to my successor so that that person can responsibly um, handle this case. So anything that I can sign before that date, uh, unless you all are going to settle it or it's going to get resolved by the end of the year, this will be of record. I didn't mean for this record to be so long, but it will be helpful to my successor to find out where all the parties stand. If there's anything else you want to tell the record for the benefit of my successor, you may do so now. Okay. And I appreciate that, but we are going to have a hearing after this, and it'll be set in the normal course of the way that I set things, and it'll be done through my court coordinator. If you have any concerns or complaints about the court coordinator, you may file something and have a runner carry it to my personal attention and send everybody a copy. Okay?
Understood.
Thank you very much.
Judge, before
you,
you
Your
go,
Honor.
this
May
is
we be
Robert.
Yes, sir. Hold on, please.
How long do we anticipate the in-person hearing so I can get some dates?
Well, if you do an afternoon and it starts, a lot of times I have 2 p.m. hearings because I have people in jail. If you put it at 3 o'clock, I'll stay as late as I have to stay. And I do want all the parties present or a reasonable.
So 3 hours, 4 hours?
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. They usually tend to be shorter, but I'm going to be available at 3 o'clock. And if we have to stay here, the latest I've ever stayed here, and it was for a jury trial, was 11 p.m. I'll be available. Okay. And then any parties that don't show up or don't send local counsel, I'll deal with it when you're not here at the hearing. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, and there will be a record of this. You won't need to order one from the court reporter because Rachel, we can be off the record. I'll pay for this, prepare the record, and file it in the pleadings of the court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. Okay. Next, I have GECU versus Veronica Rincon. This is a summary judgment hearing. If Mr.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Anshul Munjal for the paper.
Are you announcing?
Anshul Munjal, I'm representing.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. You're representing who?
I'm representing the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
GECU.
Yes.
Okay. And then is Veronica Rincon here? Okay. So when you say a summary judgment, was an answer filed?
Yes, Your Honor. The answer was filed by the defendant, and they admitted with it. They made the admission. They made the admission.
Oh, well,
Yes,
where's Catherine Bell?
She's the attorney for the plaintiff, Your Honor, and I am appearance counsel.
Yeah, but she's not here.
Who, Your Honor? The defendant?
You're representing Veronica Rincon.
No, Your Honor. I'm representing the plaintiff.
GECU.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
We have filed most of the submissions.
Okay, thank you. Where are you at?
I'm located in Dallas.
Dallas, okay. And then Veronica Rincon is a defendant, and she has on the docket sheet Catherine Cole Bell with an area code of 405 as her defense. She is not announcing.
My understanding was they may have hired a lawyer. My understanding was the defendant filed the answer herself. I did not have the copy of the amended answer. The only answer that I have was the pro se answer, which they admitted with it.
Okay, so Robert, can you find out whatever is on file? And let me take a recess. I'm going to go check that out, and then I'll get back. Okay, so I'm going to take a 10-minute recess. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Mujal.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Yes, thank you. Okay, they didn't file a continuance. You have your motion for summary judgment. I'm going to be granting it, but I'm going to make a record and you need to give the accurate information on the record since I'm doing it by default.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay, and then also, if you want to put anything on the record, you may. How much is the motion for summary judgment for?
$17,872.93.
And how much are you asking as attorney's fees?
$1,500.
Okay. Rachel, I'm going to put this on the record, please. Thank you. Calls number 2025 DCV 2216, GECU plaintiff versus Veronica Rincon defendant. May I have an out, and this is on a motion for summary judgment filed, the setting notice filed on March 19, 2026 by Chris Blaylock, Robert A. Woodcock, and Victoria Tompkins. And sir, you're standing in for them today,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you're licensed to practice law in the state of Texas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So is there anyone here for the defendant, Veronica Rincon? Okay. The court finds that there was a hearing notice. There's no motion for continuance. We have this actual hearing, and the defense is not answering. So I'm going to go ahead and grant your motion for summary judgment. Please submit an order to Robert. If you already have, please resubmit it to him today to his email so I can sign it. And then you'll have this record available if you want to order from the court reporter to supplement your file. Anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're excused. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You too. Anyone else? Mr. Pettit? Yes, sir. And Ms. Cook.
Hi, good
Oh,
morning.
you know what? Maybe I didn't finish calling the docket. Mario Briones versus State Farm Lloyd. Is that you?
That's
Yes, Your
us.
Honor.
Okay, thank you. I think you're the last one standing. So this is on a motion for summary judgment filed by Juan
Defendant.
Solis.
No, sir, Your Honor, from defendant, State Farm Lloyds.
No, I know. I'm
Oh.
saying this is a motion for summary judgment. Oh, but you filed it.
Yes, Your Honor. My name's Ann Cook and I represent the defendant, State Farm Lloyds.
Okay, hold on. And where are you out of?
San Antonio, Texas.
Okay. And then, Mr. Pettis, you are here for whom?
Gabriel Perez on behalf of plaintiff Mario Briones.
Okay, P. Did you file a response to the motion?
Yes, but it was probably signed by lead counsel Juan Solis.
No, that's fine. All right, let me track these down so that I can get the hearing going. Thank you for your patience. I think you're the last one, so give me just a few minutes that I need.
Sure.
Okay, we're back. So I'm familiar with your motion for summary judgment and the response to it and the nature of the lawsuit. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
yes, ma'am. And so I'm going to deny the motion for summary judgment. Prevailing party, please provide an order, and I'm going to set it for a trial. I think it's already set for a trial next week or something like that.
June 3rd,
Yeah.
I believe, docket call.
Yeah. So it's not going to go on June the 3rd. Okay, I'm going to set it for the new judge.
Understood.
So you heard me talking about I'm retiring and okay, right?
Yes, congratulations.
Well, thank you. But you're going to get a new trial date, and then have you all been to mediation yet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So that didn't work. Have you all completed your discovery?
For the most part, we were running some limited discovery here as we make the final push to trial.
Okay. So I don't know if you have a formal scheduling order or not, but if you want to submit one that you both agree to, just to stipulate to what rules you're going to abide by before resolution of this case, I'd be happy to sign off on it. And then you've already gone to mediation. Let's see what else is left. I think that's it. I guess you're going to want to put the conclusion of discovery on there just so that nobody gets surprised for the trial.
Yes, and we'll try to work toward the resolution. Both firms are very cordial to each other, so we'll give it another shot if we have to. If we can.
You know what I've heard. You know what I've experienced, Mr. Pettis, after 16 years on the bench, that most of these cases do end up in resolution, and a lot of times maybe maybe the judge could have helped it along just by formally setting it for trial and getting serious about going to trial on it. So on this one, that's what I want to do. And then if y'all can work towards that, fine. And if you can't, well, then let a jury here in El Paso hear with whatever you have to say and let them decide. But I haven't, I've never done a bad faith type of insurance trial. And I'm bifurcated. I do mostly criminal, but I do have my share of civil cases, and well, you all know that. I'm just preaching to the choir, telling you this here. Are both of you from out of town?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. Well, of course, you can get local counsel or whatever it is that you're going to do. Maybe sometimes that plays into what your strategy is to resolve the case.
Oh, we love El Paso.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Mr. Perez and I visited there last year for another case.
I've been there plenty of times, and yes, like she mentioned, we were there last year together for another trial or pre-trial.
My love of El Paso stems from Marty Robbins. I will not not give him credit.
Well, I've never lived in San Antonio, but I have two siblings who have, and I went to when I lived in Austin for 8 years. I'd go to San Antonio, and I always thought, San Antonio was trying to claim that it had the best Mexican food and the Tex-Mex and all. But I think in the end, after all these years, it's still El Paso.
Well, congratulations on your upcoming retirement, Your Honor, and I appreciate you letting us appear today by Zoom.
Yeah.
I appreciate the accommodation because we both have travel expenses with that. Would you like us to email Robert for the new trial setting, and then we can coordinate with him? Yeah.
But what he'll do is he'll give you a choice of dates, 2 or 3, and then you all pick the one you want by consensus. That usually is not a problem, and then you'll just have a trial date. And then Robert's on here. Robert, do you set them for any kind of Other than the docket call, is there any other preliminary hearing or where the court checks up on their progress towards a resolution or whether it's going to trial?
Unless requested by the parties, Judge, just a jury docket call the day before the jury trial.
If I may suggest, and you can do this if you'd like, is set it for a status hearing. And that way, when it'll be Zoom, that way when you appear, that's also a good, well, it'll move the parties on to take it as a serious case before you all have to make plans to bring witnesses down. Or on your own, you can just file, I don't know how you file. We have witnesses that we're making travel plans for. Can we please resolve this case? And that's why I mean, if you set it for a status maybe in February or of next year, then the new judge will hear that, and you can just you have that to play against in case you can resolve it. So, anyways, all right, thank you. I'm sure I'll see you again, maybe not, but y'all have a good one.
Thank
Enjoy
you, Your
your
Honor.
food. Okay, bye-bye. You're excused.